We are back with another monthly wrap-up of some of the weird, bizarre, and even scary news to come out of Japan over the last month. So, what happened over the last month or so? Let's take a look. Number 1. It has been a while, so let's kick this month off with some of our favourite news. Toilets. It was reported last month that a 76-year-old man from Toyota City, Aichi Prefecture, was arrested for stealing, you guessed it, a toilet, all the way back in November of last year. And how exactly do you steal a toilet? Well, he noticed this 120,000 yen Western-style toilet and cistern just lying around in a warehouse that was under construction. So, he decided to let himself in and liberate the building of its facilities. He then took it back to his house and installed it himself. When asked about it, he confirmed that he stole the toilet, yes, but refuted stealing the cistern, which I'm sure makes a big difference. But either way, he also confirmed taking it for personal use. The whereabouts of the toilet currently are unknown, but let's hope they give it a thorough cleaning before perhaps installing it anywhere else. Number 2. On January 29th, the 36-year-old manager of a ramen shop in Konosu City, Saitama Prefecture, was arrested on suspicion of fraudulent obstruction of business. And what fraud did he commit that obstructed business? Well, he punched himself in the face and then told police he had been robbed. According to police, the man called them around 9:40 p.m. on October 23rd last year and claimed that someone with a knife threatened him and took that night's takings from the ramen store he worked at, which amounted to roughly 670,000 yen, or over $4,000. However, when police began their investigation, they were unable to identify anyone else nearby on the security cameras, and they found some weird search terms on the manager's phone, like staging harm from a robbery. After police arrested him, he admitted to the charges and confirmed he used the money for personal use, such as pachinko and living expenses. And his injuries came from, well, punching himself in the face to make it look real. He probably shouldn't have looked up how to do that on his phone though. A rookie mistake. Number 3. A tweet went viral last month for something both amusing but also horrifying at first sight. "This is the door at our office," says the tweet, showing, well, an incredibly realistic hand in place of a door handle. Nothing says, "I want to leave the office and go home now, please," like having to grip a perfect replica of the boss's hand first, right? The office in question belongs to Iron Factory Ikeda, who specialize in these realistic reproductions of, well, hands. I wasn't aware there was demand for realistic replicas of your fave's hands to display in your house, but I've certainly seen weirder things. They sell reproductions of numerous celebrities' hands, particularly athletes. So, if that's your thing, a cool 1,000,000 yen or so can secure what you want. You do you, I guess. But this particular hand on the door is apparently the boss's, so you don't get to leave work without shaking his hand each day. All according to Keikaku, I'm sure. Number 4. You may remember some news from a few months back where, if you so desired, you could go and chill in a coffin for a while to experience being dead while still alive. Which is how I feel 24 hours a day already. I don't really need to pay for that experience. But either way, after gathering feedback, the designer from Grave Tokyo, which designs these coffins, has been working on some fabulous upgrades. Now, they're cuter, comfier, and more appealing to people of all ages and genders. The company has noted that women in their teens and 20s in particular have taken to the new designs, and they have been helping shift the general perception of end-of-life planning from something only the elderly do to something young folks now also think about. No, they're not telling you to off yourself, but just the opposite. They've reported that people using these coffins often find themselves re-evaluating their life and choosing to go in a more positive direction, or simply choosing to focus on the here and now instead of what may or may not come to be in the future. Honestly, I kinda wish I had a coffin cafe nearby. That really doesn't sound too bad. Number 5. Have you ever had your car break down in a parking lot and thought, screw it, I don't need this car anymore anyway, and then just left it there for close to 7 years? Because that's pretty much what happened to a 47-year-old man in Kobe City, Hyogo Prefecture, who was arrested on suspicion of forcible obstruction of business on February 4th. Let's explain. The man, a transport worker, reportedly parked his car at a paid parking lot on April 9th, 2019. However, when he returned to his car, he found the engine wouldn't start. So, like most people in his position would undoubtedly do, he just left it there. Didn't bother to call a tow truck or a mechanic, just straight up abandoned it. And somehow, for nearly 7 years, nobody did anything about it. It wasn't until November last year that somebody finally complained about this car that never moved. And after some investigating, they uncovered both the owner and the fact that the car had literally been sitting there, unmoved, since 2019, racking up over 3 million yen in parking fees. Ouch. Number 6. If you struggle to understand Japanese sometimes, don't worry, you're not alone. Even Japanese people themselves sometimes get confused, as this next story can attest to. Last month, it was reported that some junior high students in Kitakyushu City, Fukuoka Prefecture, were hospitalized after eating some pizza they had made in home economics class. The problem? They added way too much salt and ended up with excessive salt intake. The problem stemmed from one small part of the recipe that stated they add 3 tsumami of salt. Tsumami, in this case, is a measurement that roughly equates to a pinch. So, 3 pinches of salt. Easy, right? But it seems the junior high students were unaware what exactly a tsumami meant, as it's also a word used for side dishes. So, in their confusion, it seems they took the latter meaning and added, well, roughly 3 side dishes worth of salt. No wonder they ended up in the hospital. All are reportedly fine now, but they no doubt won't be forgetting what tsumami means anytime soon. Number 7. Sticking with cooking classes. On the other end of the scale, at the end of January, a cooking class at a high school in Sakaide City, Kagawa Prefecture, learned something interesting while trying to reduce food waste. Turns out, if you feed sea urchin old bits of udon noodles, the sea urchin themselves become even more delicious. The more you know. The class used Sanuki udon noodles in particular, and the students noted that the flesh of the sea urchin were even more pale than what they were used to. They were also reportedly more smooth, delicious, and largely lacking in that unique sea smell you might expect. Students are planning to raise more sea urchin this way, and then make them into bento boxes to give to the local elderly community as well. So hey, if you find you ever have some spare udon lying around, maybe feed it to your local sea urchin to make them even more delicious. Number 8. In this month's Yakuza news, 4 members of the Inagawa Kai were arrested on February 9th for a rather interesting reason. Trying to watch the Yomiuri vs Hiroshima baseball game that took place at Tokyo Dome last September. Yes, they were arrested for watching baseball. Let's explain. Japan has numerous laws that try to restrict what organised crime members can do, but also more importantly, where they can gather. Large meeting places like Tokyo Dome are obviously a no-no, and the stadium even has signs stating that members of organised crime are not allowed inside the facilities. So, when these 4 members ignored those signs and watched the game anyway, they were technically breaking the law. They got in by using season tickets that were purchased under the name of an industrial waste company located in Chiba. 2 of the members have admitted to the charges, while the other 2 are denying it. Remember, crime doesn't pay, folks. It doesn't even let you watch baseball games. Number 9. Last month, Osaka City announced a surprising donation they had received. Around 5,665,400 yen worth of gold bars given to the Waterworks Bureau in particular. That's around $36,000 or so quite the hefty chunk of cash. Also, these gold bars came with just a simple demand: to be used to upgrade the city's aging water pipes. Around 21 kilograms of gold bars were reportedly given to the city on November 18th, my birthday, last year. The donor, who wishes to remain anonymous, reportedly made the donation after seeing numerous news reports about burst pipes and leakages around the city. Wondering what they could do, they decided, well, donating 20-odd kilos of gold bars should do something, right? I mean, we've all got those lying around, obviously. This generous donation can replace roughly 2 kilometers worth of pipes, according to the city, and they'll be doing so within the year. Number 10. And finally this month, if you've ever wanted to ride a zombie ship, but also have all-you-can-eat sushi, well, once again, Japan has got you covered. The Obaken Zombie Ship, No Escape cruise offers 2 hours of horrifying fun out in Suruga Bay, Shizuoka Prefecture, with zombies on board and Mount Fuji in the background. There are several courses you can choose from, ranging from roughly 20,000 to 30,000 yen. And depending on which course you pick, this will let you board the ship, while also providing round-trip train tickets and even all-you-can-eat sushi, which, let's be real, is the most important part. The story behind this ship is that there has been an outbreak in Tokyo, and so everyone has been ordered to hit the water to escape. But now, it turns out the infected are on board as well, and nobody is coming to help. Can you survive the 2 hours? Only one way to find out. This event is being held for just 1 day, on March 8th. So hey, if you're in the area, maybe check it out. And that's just some of the weird, bizarre, terrifying, and also kind of funny news that came out of Japan last month. But what about you guys? Hear of anything odd or terrifying? Weird or funny? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.